Hi you all. This is just a quick movie to show you how to use Acrobat to reduce the file size on an Acrobat file that's been saved from InDesign, and it's way too many megabytes, more than 5 megabytes to attach to an email, or just too many megabytes. I've already have on screen right here just a student's portfolio that they turned in last semester. This isn't about portfolios or design or anything. It's just about reducing the file size and saving as a print PDF. So I'm going to get right into it. In this, let's say the student is all finished and they laid out their entire portfolio, but this is the tear sheet version, okay? Or this is the tear sheet version, and they want to save it and then include their resume and their cover letter in this, and then from 2 different files, and then open it in Acrobat. So I'm going to just go to File, Export here, and I'm going to export a print PDF. Now I want you to make sure in the print PDF, I'll just leave it as this portfolio name here. That's fine. And let me see where it's saving. Okay, that's good. And you know what, I didn't make it a print PDF, and I'm glad I actually did that, because in here I left it as an interactive PDF. So on the bottom, if you see where I'm clicking, you have to make it a print PDF. Now I'm going to click Save. I'm going to click Save right here. So there's 2 kinds, interactive and print. Make sure it's print. Click Save. Now in this window there is something I have to show you. In the compression part of this, please make sure you do not compress text and line art. Did you hear that? Uncheck compress text and line art. It doesn't want to be rasterized. It wants to remain excuse me, it wants to remain vector. So we're going to make sure in the compression as well that all of these images right here, all of this grayscale images are going to downsample to 300, and color images are going to downsample to 300. So I'm going to click Export, and now it's going to go through a process. I don't really care what that said there. It would go through a process of saving it. So now I'm going to close this InDesign file, and I'm not going to save it, or I'm just going to minimize it so it's out of the way. Now let's say that this was the same student. It's not, but it doesn't matter. This is actually the tear sheet. Now I'm going to show you Devin's tear sheet. This is, I'm going to hit Command 0. So now in this Acrobat window right here, we have Devin's tear sheet. But I was supposed to have gotten rid of that. So let me click Pages, and oh, you know what? I actually do have it without the tear sheet. That was the composite. So I'm going to open up the tear sheet only. Here, let me make the name bigger so I can see it. So in the tear sheet only, I'm going to double click it, and I'm going to hit Command 0, and now you can see if I click this little triangle in Acrobat Pro off to the left, I can see the page icon. I click the page icon and I can see all of her pages right here. Okay, that's what I want you to do. Now I'm going to move this over, and we want to include the resume and the cover letter inside of this. So all we have to do is make this window come over to that window, meaning, you know, just leave the windows separated from each other. And I'm going to go ahead and first show you her individual resume. I'll hit Command 0, but then I'm going to close it, and I'm going to show you her individual cover letter, and I'm going to hit Command 0, and now I'm going to close it. Now I want to make them in the tear sheet, so I'm going to pick up the resume and just bring it over to this window, and you can see a little blue icon that appears here. I'm going to put it above everything. So now I've made it property of this tear sheet. I haven't saved it yet, but I made it inside. Now I'm going to pick up her, that's actually the resume. So now I need the cover letter. So now I'm going to go get the cover letter and put it above the resume. So now here is the order of how you see things. Look at the window off to the right. There's her resume. Her first sheet is the cover letter, her resume, and now her tear sheet. And I want you to see how beautiful her tear sheet actually looks. And I've also made this tear sheet available for you to look at, and it's a very well designed, beautiful tear sheet that she put together. And now I want to save it. So I'm going to not only save it, but I'm going to save as other and reduce the file size. So I'll just call it test, and you'll see over here in this folder how it'll appear. So now I'm going to go to over here to File, Save as Other, not Save as Other, Reduce File Size. Now over here, I'm going to say OK, And I'm going to, in this reduce file size window, make sure it says Acrobat 4.0 or later, and I'm going to click OK. Now I'm going to just name it test. So I'll just put over here test, because she already has one with everything in there. But I'm going to put over here, and it's going to go through a process. Look at the window off to the right that showed up. And sometimes that window will stay for quite a while because it'll flatten everything in a proper way and get rid of all the transparencies in a proper way and get rid of all the layers in a proper way. So now if I close this, I can see over here in this window that I have a new one that says test. Now, it's all the way down to 2.1 megabytes, which is perfect to email. Okay, so that's what I want you to do. I want you to go make sure when you're all finished, refer back to this movie so you can reduce the file size correctly in Adobe Acrobat. Hope that helped.